Ladies and gentlemen, Arknights Chapter 10 update will be here soon. After the incident in Hillock County, Victoria in Chapter 9, we will move into the heart of Victoria, the city of Londinium. A new chapter always brings a lot of new stuff, so let's see what we will get. In this Chapter 10 update, we will get 4 new operators. First, the 6-star, Rita Scamandrous, codename Horn. Horn is the first 6-star in the Fortress Defender subclass. If you can find her a perfect position, she can bombard enemies with massive damage. With her talent 1, Horn will increase other defenders' attack. And with her second talent, once she gets defeated for the first time, she will be revived and recover all of her HP. And in this state, she will gain more defense and attack speed. But her max HP will be cut in half. As for her skills, Horn got a new overdrive mechanic in her skill 2 and 3. Halfway through the skill duration, additional effects are activated on that skill. Overdrive will give strong effects on the operator's skill, but also have consequences when the overdrive state is active. Horn's first skill is a simple physical damage skill, with the unique ability to reveal enemies with invisible status. As for her second skill, her attack will be increased. And in the overdrive state, her attacks will deal additional arts damage. This is an ammo type skill and can be manually deactivated, which if you do, she will fire all of her remaining ammunition, dealing massive damage to the enemies. But she will lose 60% of her HP. As for her third skill, increasing her attack and reducing attack interval. In the overdrive state, her attack will further increase. But she will start losing HP every second. As for the new 5-star, we have a new 5-star mecha cordcaster, Rockrock. Her attack will be increased up to plus 25% after 1 minute on the battlefield. Her skill 1 is a basic skill that will increase her attack speed. Her skill 2 also does the same and lock onto the enemy. The overdrive state will increase her attack and increase her tray upper limit. It's a good DPS skill, but she can get a lengthy stun after the skill ends. Besides her, Warfarin is also the rate up 5-star on this banner. As for the 4-star, we have a new wandering medic, Chestnut. Not using berry in his codename. That's like how the therapist medic pure stream not using an umbrella. What a blasphemy. Well, Chestnut has a talent to increase elemental damage recovery to ground units. His first skill is a consistent elemental damage recovery. His skill 2 seems to be more of a burst healing. But it will reduce his range to a straight line 3 tiles ahead, and the SP cost is expensive. In Chapter 10 you can also get a free 5-star unit once you complete a certain task. The free 5-star is Heidi, the young girl from A Walk in the Dust event have grown up. Heidi is a 5-star bard supporter. Her talent 1. All operators that are within her range will get an attribute boost. And which attribute that got boosted will depend on what skill she uses. Heidi also has a second talent that will only work in Chapter 10. That will increase all allied unit within range SP recovery. As for her skills, Heidi's first skill will give all operators within range an attack boost, based on some percentage of her attack. But will decrease those operators' block count. While skill 2 will increase the operator's block count. And increase defense and max HP, also increase the healing from her tray. Now moving to the skin section. We got 3 new skins from Raytheon Striker series. First, we got a second skin for Siege. This is her combat attire, and in the story she will wear this. Buy this skin and use Siege to get more feel from the story. And a skin for Indra, an improvised Victorian formal clothing. Added a special fabric to prevent sharp edges. Lastly, a skin for Scavenger. Using the latest adaptable fabrics, with full coverage tailoring technology. Tightly wrapping the skin to ensure her survival in extreme environments. Besides those, this Bloodline of Combat skin series will also get a rerun. In the Chapter 10 update, there will be a new difficulty system for Chapter 10 and 9. First, there is a story mode, or an easy mode as you might call it. You can clear the stages in the easy mode without using sanity. Enemies will be weaker, and you will get a certain buff when starting the stage. Once clearing the stages in easy mode for the first time, you will get an easy mode first time clear rewards. There's no PO reward, and the material reward is one time only. Although you can still get PO from the story stages. Then a normal mode, which is self-explanatory. And lastly a hard mode, more or less it's like a challenge mode from story stages. But you can farm materials in the hard mode, with an increased drop rate than normal. When you're playing chapter 10 for the first time, the game lets you to clear the hard mode first. And if you win, you will receive rewards from all easier difficulties. But the sanity requirements will be doubled, since you will automatically clear both the normal and hard mode. Also, chapter 9 will have this difficulty system, but only have 2 difficulties. And if you already cleared chapter 9 before chapter 10 update, you should automatically receive all easy mode rewards. And if you haven't cleared chapter 9, then you finish the boss stage with easy mode. You will automatically unlock chapter 10. But then the available difficulties for chapter 10 are only the easy mode. So if you want to start farming chapter 10 materials, you'll need to clear chapter 9 in normal mode first. Now for the chapter 10 mechanic and enemies. In chapter 10 operator with the highest block count will be targeted by the Londinium defense cannon. Once this cannon bar has done charging, the cannon will fire upon that operator. The bad news is that it hurts a lot and covers a wide range. The good news is that the enemies also receive damage from the cannon, and it can be your best tool to clear enemies in this chapter. Mudrick will be very useful in chapter 10, as her shield can protect her from any kind of damage including the cannon. There's also a new type of elemental damage in this chapter. This elemental damage is currently known as Withering. Upon reaching a certain threshold, the operator with the Withering effect cannot activate their skill for a certain period, receiving arts damage, and will lose their SP every second. They are quite troublesome, so make sure to bring a wandering medic. As for the enemies, we will fight some Dublin forces from chapter 9 and Kazdel military. The new enemy design is very tentacles, and those with tentacles will become this horrific being upon death. You know, like enemies from R6 collab and Ling's event. There's an enemy who gains bonus attack from how many this thing is on the field. An enemy with a tray similar to a chain caster. And there's an enemy that can increase the charge time of the Londinium cannon. New chapter always have a lot of stages, and in chapter 10 you should get 38 PO. And perhaps some more from maintenance compensation. In chapter 10 there's a quest system where you will need to clear certain stages, and then get various rewards, including the free 5-star Heidi. Also, there should be a special drop event once chapter 10 is released. There will be new modules for Heavy-Shooter Sniper and Esselbinder Supporter. It's not confirmed, but in CN server these operators will be added to the recruitment. Global might differ, so we will see. There will be new operator records and paradox simulation, new themed furniture, and a new set of medals. Wow, that's a lot of things in one update. Prepare your orundum, we got a white wolf to gacha. That should be all. Adios.